Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy. What's up, Justin? How you doing, bro? Just give me a second, guys. I'm just. What's up, KP? Huh? Oh, for fuck's sake. Member Barry? What you talking about? You psyching out, bro? Me, I'm just chilling like I always do every night. Talk shit, have fun, same shit, different day. What's up, Marley? How you doing? All good? How was your Chinese food? Whole lot of nothing. Yeah, same shit, different day. Friday night, no more bar hopping, no more drinking and smoking for me. I'd rather be home, stay away from crazy people. How about them Guardians? What Guardians you talking about? Talking about baseball? My Red Sox are losing right now to the Yankees. Fuckers. Chinese food was good and even ate the cold leftovers. See, you're good to go then. Yeah, my nephew and I, we went to this drive-through place. One of my friends worked there. He was working, so he got chicken tenders and fries, and I got fried chicken and fries, and it comes with like a corn muffin. So it was pretty good. It was all right. We had a good time talking shit and having dinner. Now he's next door playing loud ass music. You can probably hear some of it on here. Yeah, Diamond is in her in her glory. As long as she doesn't snore loud and bother me, then she's okay. I found some pictures of her when she was super young. Her face was like completely like black. Now it's all full of like white hairs because she's older. She looks so different when she was younger. It's crazy how like dogs get older and they have white hair on their face too. I think that's crazy. I never really noticed that with my pit bull because he was all tan, so he didn't really have white hairs. But with her, like her whole face is like dark, so like she started to get like white hair. It's pretty funny to see how different she looks. She turned into an old lady. She's 10. She's 10 years old and still doing good. She has a hard time getting up on tile because she slips. But when she gets up on her bed, it's easy. But she has a problem like slipping on the tile, especially this tile. So what I do is I put my foot in front of her foot so she doesn't slide. So she grabs onto my like her foot goes in front of mine, and she'll get up properly. Well, she's funny, man. Her hind legs fall asleep. She like limps. Like, you know how we guys have like our feet go asleep or our leg goes asleep and we like kind of can't walk? That's how she is sometimes. It's funny to watch. She's been a good girl. She was outside for a while, for a good bit. It was nice and cool tonight. It wasn't that hot. I gave her some French fries. One thing about her, she loves French fries. That's one thing she'll never say no to. Yeah, I remember when you went live, you said that your internet was acting up because you thought it was raining, but it could have been the clouds too, from like the lingering rain. Today it was cloudy like pretty much all day, and the sun came out every now and then. Oh yeah, dogs will never say no to people food. Hell no. One thing about her, she'll eat anything. There's nothing really much that she doesn't. The only thing she doesn't like is like plain white rice because there's no taste to it, right? Sometimes I put like white rice in her bowl sometimes, and she'll be like, "Nah, I don't want that." She'll eat it, but she wouldn't be like crazy for it. It has to be like seasoned rice. She doesn't like plain shit. Well, we don't either, right? Eating plain white rice is boring. You got to put something on it. But she loves her French fries, that's for sure. Yeah, she needs flavor. She likes things, tasting good. She got high taste. Yeah, I give her like these plain cookies. Sometimes I give her plain crackers, or I give her like these little milk bun biscuits. She'll eat anything pretty much. She loves bread as well. Sometimes I'll give her like pieces of bread. Today I had tuna for lunch, and like the offcuts, like where the dark meat is, I don't really like it. So I'll give it to her raw, and she'll eat it no problem. Within 2 seconds, it's gone. She's literally like a vacuum. Now you see it, and now you don't. But I let her eat whatever, you know. She's she deserves to eat all good things. Oh yeah, I make her day every day. I take care of her as much as I can. I want her to enjoy, her last years on Earth. Hopefully, she lasts a few more years because boxers don't really live too long. To make it to 10 years is pretty good. But the doctor said, like last month when they came, that she's in great condition. Her heart's good. She took all her like worm dewormers and pills and for like all sorts of stuff. She got a vaccine or whatever it is for like worms or whatever. They just said that she could be a little lighter. She's not. They said that she's not overweight, but she's pretty big. But they said that I gotta stop giving her treats. I'm like, I ain't gonna stop giving her nothing. Let the damn dog live her life. She's fine. She's just pleasantly plump. It's okay. It's not like she's fat and she can't walk or something. She's fine. She's just a big dog. She's good. The thing is, I only feed her once a day. I give her a whole can of food and a whole can of dry food, and I put water in there to make it nice and moist for her to eat. And then throughout the day, I'll give her like a biscuit or a cookie or some French fries or something. But she's like that because she over drinks. She drinks too much water and she gets bloated because she doesn't really eat a lot. She just drinks too much. And she sees like water in her bowl, she wants to drink the whole damn thing, and she'll bark like a human. You hear her go burp, and it's like everybody starts laughing. It's like, oh, excuse you. But yeah, she likes all sorts of stuff. I'm sure Papa Dog is he's loving his life, eating what he has to. Remember, like you said, when they hear that crinkling of a wrapper, that you're going into something like a cookie wrapper or you're going into something like a bag of chips, they get up real quick. They're like, "What you eating?" I'm like, "I ain't got nothing." I tell her all the time, "I don't have nothing for you. It's mine." And when I say that, she's like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." But then she'll get up every now and then. She'll be looking at me like, "What's this guy eating? I wonder if I can eat what he eats." Yeah, if that paper rattles, that's it. She'll get up one time. She just got up just now because she heard that we were talking about paper rattling. She must be having dreams of eating cookies or something. But I always like giving her, something. Like sometimes we have leftover rice or we have like off cuts of like meat or something, and we just give it to her. I don't like to give her too much things with sauce or anything like that. Anything with too much sauce is not good for dogs because their body doesn't digest it very well. It's not good to give her certain things. But she's good though. She's she's probably much better now than she's ever been. She's all right. She gets plenty of rest, that's for sure. She sleeps all damn day. She's always around me 24/7. Everywhere I go, she goes. My shadow. She's even on live with me, see? She can't leave me alone. I gotta show you some of the pictures I had from her. It's hilarious. I should get them and put them on my phone so that way I can show you guys. Okay. Just had to check this notification I got. All right, cool. I've seen these. I haven't seen this one, but I've seen a lot of these. It's hilarious.
mean, the Earth is 80% water.
That guy is hilarious in itself, and then to have him look like a baby there is even more hilarious. That guy, he talks mad shit. He's funny. Man, I watched this TikTok video yesterday. It was and it got taken down. I'm like, shit. I tried to show my nephew, but some of those videos, like, I don't know why they get taken down, but it's just like it's sometimes it's probably too much, or it's too, like, people are acting up or whatever. Sometimes people like take people's videos and then, like, redo them. So I guess that must have probably what happened. But this guy filmed this mountain lion taking a shit, right? And while the mountain lion's taking a shit, he's doing like a commentary saying, "What are you doing over there taking a shit? I told you you can't be out here in the public doing that." And then the mountain lion goes, "Ah!" He goes, "Don't you talk no shit to me. You shut your mouth." Right? And it was like the funniest shit in the world. The way the guy was commentating it, like, and I laughed so much I almost peed myself. Like, I was not expecting like that type of video, right? And then I went to go I sent it to my nephews, and they said that the video got taken down, like it wasn't available. And I was like, no way. So my nephew knew who the person was on TikTok and checked, and then the video got taken down. I'm like, why the hell they take that down for? Like, that shit was like the funniest shit ever. It was just so like the commentary was hilarious. The guy who did it, like, it looks like he was actually there talking to like the mountain lion, and he wasn't, right, but it sounded like he was there. The best is when, like, the mountain lion goes, ah, and then, like, he's like, "Don't you talk no shit to me. You shut your mouth. I just saw you taking a shit. What are you doing? Who you think you are doing that in public? You dirty fuck." It was so funny. I laughed so much. I was like, I can't wait till my nephew see this thing. And I was like, damn it, man, it got taken down. Honestly, I've laughed so much, like, lately, with all these funny ass videos. They're hilarious. Even like all that AI shit, it's funny as hell. Like, they got this big ape, and he talks like he's a human, and like he's petting this deer, and he's like, "Yeah, I got this deer, guys. We're about to cook this bitch up right now, but this deer doesn't know it, but she's about to be barbecued in a few minutes. We like to make them nice and tame before we kill them." And I'm like, what the hell am I watching, right? And it's like the funniest shit ever. It's like, it's all fake shit, right? But it's like the way they do it, it's so hilarious. And then the next thing, like, it clips out, and then it shows, like, like the ribs and him, like, barbecuing like the deer or whatever. And he's like, "Oh man, that deer was so good now." And then him and his other like 8 friends are like putting barbecue sauce on and hanging around and barbecuing it, like, and it's so hilarious. It's like so funny the way they do it. I'm telling you, but it's so funny though. I don't look at the negative shit. I just look at all the funny videos. I think it's so funny. I love watching TikTok. Whoever invented TikTok, that's the best thing they ever did. It's like the funniest shit ever. And people post things on there every day. Yeah, I even get like people in Bermuda's videos. Like, I see them on TikTok. I'm like, look at this idiot. I know who this is. And they're like doing videos too. And people must be watching that shit saying, what the hell is wrong with these people? They're from like another planet or something. So, but if you're from here, you know exactly what they're talking about. But it's so funny. I laugh so much every day. And then my nephews are sending me videos every day. And then I'm sending them videos because they said that I get things that they don't get. But the videos they send me, I sometimes see them. but I just move on or whatever. But they say that I have the best videos, and I'm like, it's probably because I've been on there like for a while, and then because I guess because of the age bracket, you get like crazier videos or something, or funnier ones, or like more vulgar ones sometimes. Hey Teresa, how you doing? Thanks for having me earlier. I had fun. It was nice pulling oracle cards and giving out some readings and stuff. It was good. I haven't had a collab since last year sometime, so it was nice. Yeah, you're welcome. No problem. It's always nice to talk to different people and people you don't know and people you see, reading different energies. It's always nice to do. At least I got to use my animal cards. I haven't used those forever. I have like 100 decks all together, at least 100, and I don't even use half of them. Some of them are just annoying because you have to read from a book, and the words are just like on another level. If I don't understand them, what's the chance of the people I'm telling them? You know, some of them are annoying to pronounce, and some of them are just too much. It's too much to read. You'd be there all damn day. But I have simple ones that have like the words on the cards that are easier to read, simple messages. But I got so many decks. A lot of them were given to me anyway as gifts. But I wanted to bring down there's other some two other decks that I didn't have, but I'm gonna try and like switch it up and get different decks. Justin's in the house. Yes. Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were the first. It's all good. You guys are more than welcome to talk. We always talk shit in here and have fun. Talk about everything under the sun. Same shit, different day. We talk about everything, all subjects. Usually I'm the one talking the most and talking a lot of shit and saying funny things and having a good time. I'll usually tease some people that come in here that I know. Usually Friday night is like pretty quiet. I think everybody like, you know, kind of like thank God they're off of a long week and they just chill. You're a little beside yourself recently. Oh, we all get to that point sometimes. Not everybody's going to be perfect and not everybody's life is going to be perfect. We have our ups and downs, you know, bad moments, good moments, besides our self moments. It happens. You can vent if you want, bro. It's cool. We all vent in here and talk about things. Some people in here like to talk about themselves. You started dating a chick and it was going pretty decent. Oh, that's good. At least it was going decent. Oh no. She got in a car accident. Broke half her body and don't remember like the past 5 months. That sucks, bro. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, let's hope she gets better. At least she didn't, pass away. So that's good. Yeah, it's sometimes that happens. You there's only so much you can do, and that's life. Sometimes it happens for a reason, you know, and it's sometimes it's God's way of saying, hey, look, it's just this one's probably not meant to be, and don't let it discourage you. I know sometimes we think that it's bad luck, or we're cursed, or well, you should never think that way, because we have, like you said, it's outside of your control. So these things are gonna happen. And even if you were with her, like even if she was really your girlfriend and it happened, you still would have to deal with it. You still would have to deal with that type of situation. And sometimes people don't really think that way. They think that, oh yeah, I'm gonna get married and I'm gonna have kids and everything's gonna be fine. But you're never, I wouldn't say never, but you're always trying to think that nothing's going to happen to you. But that's the thing. Anything can happen. When you start to date somebody or take on someone's energy, you're about to take on that person's, life, and then they're about to take on yours, depending on how far it goes, right? But that's the thing, it's never going to be perfect. But don't let it discourage you, bro. Just try and, do what's best for yourself, and, you know, yeah, yeah, I understand totally. I would be beside myself too. But the main thing is to know that that person had that something bad happened to them, but it could be worse. They could be gone completely. So you can think of it as a positive thing, as far as that person had got her life spared. You never know. Maybe she'll come to her senses, and maybe she'll start remembering things. But it's a hard situation to deal with, because when people get older, they get dementia, and there's nothing worse than that these days, because it seems like it's a regular thing. And then you know yeah, and it's even worse when it's not even their fault. If somebody hits them and destroys them, like but it's all things that people fail to realize, that life is about the ups and downs, and good and bad. Sometimes this shit just happens. Like, you just have to deal with it. As difficult as it is, just try and stay positive and move forward, and try to understand that it's going to happen no matter what. I remember a story here where I live. There was this lady, and she had a baby from a guy, and the baby was like maybe 2 years old, and she got a divorce, and then she ended up meeting another guy, and then she had a baby from the second guy, and the baby was like maybe 4 months, and she was a baker, and she had like her own business with a friend. So she would go to the bakery like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and start baking, so that way when they open up at 8 o'clock, everything's ready to go. So on her way to work, she was on her motorcycle, and somebody that was drunk hit her, and she passed away in the accident. So that guy literally just got married to her, just have a child with her. She had already been through a divorce within the 2 years she was married and had a kid with this other guy. And then she leaves behind two kids who are never going to really know who she is. And then the guy got so mentally messed up, he started drinking and he started, like, he thought his whole world was ended. But then, they kind of bring him back, around, and he takes care of the children now. Hey, Joanna, how you doing, sweetie? So, like I always say, it always could be worse. You know what I mean? So when I heard that story, I always said, imagine if that happened to me and how I would feel. I'd probably be devastated too if that happened to me. So I always tell everybody, just remember, like, your life can always be a lot worse. So try not to think that, it's always going to be that way. But that was probably one of the most devastating stories that happened here that I know of, where that happened to that poor guy and that woman. And then those kids never going to see their mother again. But I know for sure that their mother in spirit is definitely helping and making sure that she's okay. And the sad part is of that story is the person who hit her got off because they weren't drunk. They were just high. And it wasn't really like a over high or whatever. It was just like a thing where they made an excuse, that, she wasn't gonna get, jailed forever or something. She paid like a heavy fine, and that's it. She got off, and it made them even more mad because they didn't get justice for it. Yep. So, it's something that I always think about and say to myself, look at this shit. Like, imagine if this happened to me, you know? Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest challenge in life is, to not react to the negative things and get justice for someone, because it's not your job to do that. Because if we do that, we're going to end up where they should be, And, my mom says it the best, we pay for our sins and karma here before we go. And if we don't, we already know where we're going. So that's the thing. Sometimes the best thing is to ignore the whole ignorance, like I always say, or to never, like, get yourself in trouble for other people's, sins and crimes. It's very hard not to react though, Depends on what the situation is. It's some bad people out there, and we can get in trouble for getting rid of them. It seems like the guilty never really suffer sometimes, but I can guarantee you they do. Mentally, people are really fucked up in their head, and I know that for sure. Even though you want to do some physical harm to somebody to teach them a lesson, but the physical harm is going to be so much, but the mental harm is even worse than anything in the world. A mental anguish and a mental anxiety for years and years and years can take years off your life. What's the most, thing that kills you the most is stress, right? Not physical harm, but mental harm, stress, anxiety, things like that. Those things destroy you. So even though, you might not get a physical karma justice by beating the shit out of somebody, they're thinking over and over mentally about what they've done. So I want everybody to know that, trust me, people will suffer mentally for what they've done. I can guarantee you that. And we all do. We all suffer some way mentally because we overthink things. We think about what we did wrong. We have consciences. These things are all in our lives. Yeah. Yeah, and that's something that you can change, because that's the thing. To do those things, you're just making it worse for yourself, you know. And I know it's a hard thing not to do, because that's our first reaction to an action, you know. So only you can control yourself and your mind and your actions. It's hard to do, bro, but I have faith in you that you can get it done. You know, there's more to violence. You know. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I mean, that if that's your way of dealing with it, you know, then I guess that's the way you're gonna deal with it. But yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. You could take it out on a punching bag. But you know, violence is never good. You know, I always say that. Okay, Teresa. Yeah, I always encourage people not to be violent, and not to like try and be vengeful, and try not to give people their karma. Only God can do that. You know, God will give you your karma when you're ready. And the devil's just there with their three-pronged fork poking you in your ass every day. So it's we have to battle our own mindset and make sure we don't do the wrong things. Yeah, exactly. Try to contain yourself. And trust me, I know it's difficult, because we get provoked, we get annoyed, you know, we feel like we can take things into our own hands, matters into our own hands, and sometimes it makes life worse for us doing those things. It's a huge mental challenge to get yourself to the point where you don't, you know, snap. And that's what I talk about plenty of times on here, you know. Yeah, that can definitely do it. Yeah, growing up around, yeah, a lot of three brothers, that can definitely do it. I had my share of fights, you know, but not with my brother. My brother was older than me, so you know, he probably would have kicked my ass back then. But we never really fought. We never really threw punches at each other. We weren't that type of brothers. But in school, yeah, I got into my share of fights. Definitely, I had a couple fights in school where I had to throw it down and make sure, like, you know, I had to let people know that I weren't playing around. It's life. It's a thing. You know, we all get into altercations and fights. It's a part of life. But when you reach a certain age, like, it's time to grow up, you know, and realize that, you know, it's not the right thing to do. You know, deep down inside, it's not the right thing. But some people deserve it. You know, you might be somebody's lesson, but I would never. I can't justify it anymore in my life. You know. Yeah. I'm not really a violent person. I never have been. But if I have to defend myself, then I will. You know, you hit me first, then it's on. But I'm not gonna outright come up to you and knock you the fuck out, unless like you did something bad to my mother or my father or my sister or someone I love. I'll knock your ass out in a heartbeat. But that's the last thing that I want to do, is get myself in trouble. You know, I look at things now as God would deal with you eventually. And you know what? Karma is real. It will get you eventually. Whether it's today, tomorrow, the next day, or 10 years from now, you'll get it. You know. Hey, Tanya. Teresa, you said you grew up as a tomboy. Sometimes that's good for a woman because it makes them tough. Yeah. Yeah, it went pretty good. We had a good time. Hey, Ann, how you doing? Met some new people. It was cool. I got to pull a lot of Oracle cards and stuff. So yeah, for real. Yeah, karma is definitely real, and karma is something that people deserve. And you can keep doing dumb shit your whole life, but you're gonna get exposed. And I always tell everybody that people who do bad things all the time, they do have a conscience, and they do mentally suffer. You know, I wish I can make people understand and believe that whole thing, because a lot of people don't understand that a lot of wicked people and evil people, they are haunted by spirit every day of their lives. Like, if you we all have a spiritual army around us, each and every one of us. And when somebody does something bad to you or to someone else or whoever, spirit's probably going to haunt their ass every night. They're probably not going to get any sleep. They're probably going to age very fast, and they're probably going to feel like shit every day. And I can guarantee that that shit happens because we see it in movies, we hear about it in real life, and it does happen every day. So if you think that physically harming somebody or wishing physical harm or death on a person that's wicked or evil, just remember, imagine being them and having to live with what they do. And then you think that they're like okay, but they're really not. They're mentally drained every single day. And they're mentally thinking about who's gonna come and get me for the dumb shit that I did. So they gotta live with their own lies and their own lives. And I strongly believe that. That's why I leave them alone, because I know what they're going through. And it's fun to know that they are suffering in that way because of what they did. So even when you think people aren't getting karma, they really are. Because a mental karma is a next level type of, karma. Another thing is like a lot of people have a fake life. They say this, they say that, and really they ain't about nothing that they say. They just want people to believe that they're sane and they're nice and they're so cool, and then behind your back, like they're saying something, or they play victim like most people do now. It's like, I'm the victim because you attacked me, but you don't remember well how it all happened, did you? Oh, right. That's what's happening a lot. Is a lot of wicked bad people, they do something bad, and they know what they did, but they want you to react, do something bad to them, and then use reverse psychology and say, "Oh, it was you. You did this to me. I'm the victim," or and they wanna say a lot of things and act like they're doing something, or claim that they know this or claim that they do that, and then they don't even show you any of the above, and then they're still there lying through their teeth every single day. And when that person is the type of person that is mentally drained all day thinking about what lie they're going to tell next. And it's sad because when you don't lie and you're honest and you're truthful to yourself and to others, you can go to sleep at night knowing that you ain't done nothing wrong. Am I right or am I wrong? If you're doing dumb shit, then you're going to constantly think about it. If you constantly lie, you got to remember those lies on who you told it to. And then if you get caught in a lie, you're going to say, oh, I never told you that. And you'd be like, damn it, I wish I could have recorded your ass. But it's too late. And then the victim comes out in them. So it's a hard road to deal with and to travel on with a lot of these people, because a lot of people are just full of shit, and they claim to be something they are, but they're not, because they don't prove it. And that's one of the biggest problems in the world, is a lot of people talk to hear themselves, and they like what they hear, bullshit and lies. But there is no proof to anything that they do, because liars don't have proof. Cheers. Yes, glad you got some rest, Tanya. Hope you feel better today. And sometimes being too nice is not good either. We have to like make sure we're only nice to ourselves. Some people don't even deserve our kindness. And some people get conned into being too kind, and you end up helping like the wrong person. You end up helping like somebody who is not really worthy of your help. Yeah, it's something that I've learned over the years, to not be so kind, and to be too generous, and to be too like, sucked into the bullshit lies from somebody. I can see right through people anyway, so I already know they're full of shit. So after living in this world so long, you kind of know. It's not rocket science. Well, that's good, Tanya. Yes, Marty, that's a lot of good people's downfalls, is they become a people pleaser, and they just can't say no, because they probably been through some hard times, and they say, okay, well, now that I'm okay, I want to help somebody that's going through a hard time. But you can be helping somebody that, one, doesn't even deserve the help. Two, they can be helping themselves, but they don't. So they play victim, or they cry like a little baby, and then if they can sucker you into giving them something, then they sit back and laugh and say, ha ha, I got them. And that happens a lot on social media, and that happens a lot on here. I tell you that. I've told so many stories about that. It's hilarious to know how like stupid people are, to get baited in from all these clowns on here, acting like they got a shitty life, but they don't do nothing about it. So I mean, there is some genuine people that are going through some heartache and some hard times, but you can tell who is telling the truth and who isn't. And that's something that's a challenge to us, especially like people who have a good heart, because you genuinely want to help somebody that's needs help, but at the same time, like, you don't really know that person, so you're taking a risk. Well, we're here for you anytime you need us, Tanya. You know that. It's always okay to ask for help, you know? I'm not talking like, everybody's bad who asks for help, but people who ask for help, right? And they are people who actually need help. But then you get those type of people who are asking for help but don't even help themselves. So if you can't help yourself, what makes you think spirit's going to help you? What makes you think God's going to help you? What makes you think I'm going to help you? I can only give you advice to do certain things. Everything else is up to you. I didn't get where I am because everybody helped me. I got where I am because I got off my ass and made something of myself. And then if I needed help, I knew who to go to. And if somebody needs my help, I'm gonna sure as well help them. Yeah, I think I've done my share of helping in my lifetime, and I'm willing to help even more. That's not a problem. But people should never be scared to ask for help as long as you know deep down inside you're genuinely asking for help that you really need. You know. Yeah. Oh, Marley, I've seen you come a long way. You know, and especially during your move and how like you know how you was during that move and you were worried and and then being a mom of two children and doing it on your own, it's hard too, right? But you have your mom, and your dad, and you have us, you have your children, and now you're getting help, and now everything's going the way it's supposed to do. Yeah, don't worry, we all did it at one point. I was doing it too before I actually had this channel. I was reading for people, people were reading for me. It becomes an obsession. But once you realize that you don't really need it and you just have yourself, that's all that matters. It takes time. We reach a certain age or a certain level. Some of us it takes a long time, some of it takes no time at all. We're all different. But it's not nothing wrong with asking for help. And if you ask the right person at the right time, then you're gonna get lucky. And that person's probably gonna like really help you, or even just listening to someone talk will get you to a point of like inspiration, or get you motivated listening to somebody's story. What motivated me more in life is listening to everybody else's problems. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we all learn from our mistakes. Yeah, and I've been helped my whole life by people around me because I needed guidance too, because my parents were not the type of people that were super positive and super encouraging. So then I said to myself, you know what, I need some motivation. Like I need to hear people's life stories. Years ago when I came on here, I've been on here since 2010, I think. I actually came on here like 15 years ago, probably now. And I remember like coming in these chat rooms and listening to people's stories, how fucked up their life is, what they've gone through. And I'm like saying to myself, I'm over here worrying about some hoe that left me in a relationship. And these people are talking about near death experiences. They ain't got no money. They're homeless. They're this, they're that. And I'm worrying about some hoe that left me. Man, come on, Mark. These people got worse lives than you, bro. You better sit here and listen to this shit so you can understand that, it ain't all about that, and keep moving, like, and make your life better. So listening to everybody's stories and everybody's life situations made me a better person. Thinking that, thinking that I had it rough with the life I had compared to somebody else's. So that's why like it's good to hear people's lives and stuff. Yeah, Tanya. Giovanni, you said, do I have Pisces in my chart? I don't think so. I can check. I think I have my chart here somewhere. Let me check my chart. I always have it handy here somewhere, I believe. Or at least I think so. I think it's here somewhere. Um, I don't think I do. I don't have much water in my chart, to be honest. I can't even remember where the hell my chart is. Oh shit. Don't do that. Where the heck is my chart? Hmm. It's not there. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it real quick. No, I don't know where it is. I don't even know where the heck that thing is. I used to have it right on my desktop. Because everybody used to ask me about my chart, and I'll be like, yeah, hold on, I got it right here. But this is a new computer, so I probably like put it somewhere and I gotta find it. I'll check and let you know, but I don't think so though. I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I don't know. I know I had it here somewhere. If I see it, I know exactly what it looks like. I don't know. Maybe I put it in my external hard drive, and I gotta go get it. I don't know. I doubt it though. Yeah. Um, I think that's more of an Aquarius thing, to be honest, because I know a lot of Pisces people, and they do help, but I've had some bad experiences with Pisces men, to be honest, and they didn't help me. I helped their asses. I mean, I know I can't go off of that, just experiencing three or four people, but me and Pisces men don't get along. But um, I mean, that could be possible, Joanna. But for me, I just think I help. I like helping people because it's just my character. You know, it's my character. It's just who I want to be because I never really got help too much. You know, I'm like, what? Am I by what? Hell no. You must be fucking crazy. I think people dwell too much on the signs, to be honest. Um, you know, what you mean the way I said it was crazy? You be hearing things, bro. I said me and Pisces men don't get along, meaning friends. I never said nothing about Gemini. See, you're already hearing things, bro. You be fried listening to things. No, 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 no. I never said nothing about Gemini. We're talking about Pisces. You be high as fuck hearing things, bro. I never said nothing about Gemini. Joanna asked me if I have Pisces in my chart, not in me. Hell no. No, no. I've had bad experiences with Pisces men, meaning friendships, and they never gave to me. I always, did things for them. Not sexually. No, I don't go that route. That's not my thing. But yeah, Pisces men and me don't get along, and Capricorn men and me don't get along. But it's more of someone's character that is the reason why they help, or they can be just like put into a helping situation because of what they've gone through, you know? So I've talked about, signs and charts and all those things in the past. And, people can say, like Joanna said, because I like helping people, I might have Pisces in my chart. But I don't think that has anything to do with it. You might think that, or you might know people that have Pisces in their chart that help people. So yes, that can apply to them. But to me, an Aquarius is somebody who likes to help people anyway. They're humanitarians, right? So that could be why. But I just think that I like to help people because I'm able to help people through my experiences and because I have the time to help people. So I think it's just me as a person. I don't even think it's because I'm an Aquarius. I just think that it's because it's what I like to do. It's just like a thing. Yeah. But like, so Joanna, like, because you said that, it's probably because you know people that have, Pisces in their chart that are like that. So maybe like 5 people that have Pisces in your chart, and you're like, oh yeah, Mark must have Pisces in his chart because I know 5 other people that help people like that. So that could be it. But I'll be very honest. The Pisces people that I know, they're not very helpful, and they are all a bunch of pain in the asses, over emotional idiots. And the ones that I know, they can be very weird and obsessive and addicted to a lot of things. I'm not really close to too many Pisces people because of their emotional breakdowns and the way they think that they're they're not really trustworthy people in my minds. But I'm not saying that every Pisces person is shitty. I know some Pisces people that are perfectly fine, but the ones that I've dealt with are not like none of my company. I don't want to deal with them ever again. But that's not to say that, because you have a bad experience with a certain sign, in my experience, it doesn't mean that every single person in that has that sign is a piece of shit. So it's just I believe it's more a person's character that makes them who they are, and their life experiences, obviously. You know. So I mean, I've had a lot of people in my life that have been every single sign. You know, at one point in time, we didn't even know what signs were even a thing in our lives. I don't remember being in high school talking about, hey, what is your sign? Oh, cool. Oh, I'm Aquarius too. We never really, it was never really a thing when you're young. You don't really care about that shit unless it's in your like family where you're talking about it. Your mom is a fucking astrologer or something. But like otherwise, that I don't even care about a person's sign unless I see a pattern. So when I look back and say, this guy done me wrong, that guy done me wrong, this woman done me wrong, this woman did this guy did that, and I look at all their signs, they're pretty much all the ones that I don't like. and I don't get along with. And then I look at all the people that I love and I care about, they're usually the opposite of those people. So each of us have people who we're going to get along with and we don't get along with. And then there's people in here who, you know, you can be an Aquarius like me and you can be married to a Pisces and a Capricorn and have a great life. So I think that it doesn't boil down to your sign or what you have in your chart. I think it really boils down to who you are as a person and how you mold yourself into being a good person or a bad person. Because I know some Aquariuses that are the biggest assholes in the world. And I know some Aquarius people that I can't stand. And I'm like, how the hell are you an Aquarius? Because I'm not like that. So I know it's not the sign, it's the person. You know, but I do love astrology and I do believe in it for sure. But it only applies to certain situations. You know. Yeah, and also people have to understand that each sign shares a month, shares 2 months. So you can be a January Aquarius or a February Aquarius. So each of those are different. And then you have the male and female. So each of them are all different, believe me. There's difference in every aspect of a sign and astrology and everything. You know. I know some male Aquariuses that are cool. I know some that are evil. I know some Aquarius women that I've had the best time of my life with, and I know some Aquarius women that I want to get rid of. You know, so it's just like that. It's just the way it is. Or because they're the same sign doesn't mean they're cool like you or they're bad like you. It's just the person, you know. It's just the person in general. But when you have a pattern that, you know, you can have a bad experience, you can have a bad experience with somebody and be like, I hate this Aries bitch. I dated this girl and she did this to me. And then you meet a new girl and she's an Aquarius again. I mean, she's an Aries again, which happened to me many times. I would always get involved with a fire sign girl and then I'll date her and then she just turns into this weirdo overnight. And you're like, what the hell happened? Who are you? Like, did you just turn on a switch and be dumb? You know, did you turn into a hoe overnight or something? Or did you just go dumb in 2 seconds? So you like say to yourself, I'm not dealing with an Aries woman ever again. And then you end up meeting an Aries woman that is the best thing in your life ever had. So you can't really go with that type of thing unless it's like really, really the truth, where it's like you're cursed to be with an Aries person, you know? Because I know so many, I had bad luck with Aries women and Sagittarius women, but my sister is a Sagittarius and we're like best friends. So I can be best friends with my sister, the Sagittarius, but I can't date a Sagittarius and fall in love with one because they'll piss me off and I want to strangle them. You know, same thing with an Aries woman. I have Aries women friends that are so cool and I love them to death. And then I have Aries women that I dated that I would rather throw a pot at, you know? So it becomes, like boils down to the person and who they are. Joanna says you are a different kind of Aquarius for sure. Well, when I first came on YouTube and I went into these chat rooms, 90% of the women said they hate Aquarius men and that all Aquarius men are cheating, lying assholes. And I said, I'm never going to tell these women that I'm an Aquarius. And then they'll say, oh, Mark, what is your sign? I'll be like, yeah, I'm a Gemini. Oh, cool. Okay. And then I'll be like, oh, what's your rising sign? I can't tell them I'm an Aquarius rising and sun. So I have to lie to them just to be in this room or else they're going to ban my ass because they're all in here talking about Aquarius men are evil. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell did I do to these people? I'm not evil. I don't do those things. What the fuck type of Aquarius people you guys dating? Shit. I never forget that as long as I live. I felt so uncomfortable being an Aquarius man in these rooms with all these women because they had so much bad experiences with them. I'm like, I'm never gonna find a woman ever. Shit. Virgos piss you off because they're like Scorpio wannabes. You don't mix with Aries, but it's because we're both ruled by Mars. Yeah, that could be it. Um, yeah, second one. See, you married a two fire sign, so that ain't gonna work. Yeah, see, and see, there's other things too. Like you have Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. We're the fixed signs. Then you have the cardinal signs. Then you have these signs. So there's a whole like another type of shit. Yeah. I mean, that applies to certain people. Yeah. My Scorpio nephew, him and I love each other to death. You know, we have a good relationship, but he reminds me of me when I was his age, 17 years old, and I'm not taking shit from nobody. I don't care who you are, and I'll say whatever I want because you can't beat me. That's exactly how he is. He's like my he's not my son, he's my nephew, and he's like my karma to show me what I was like when I was 17. You know, him and I are very close as far as, nephew and uncle. And my youngest nephew is a Virgo, and we get along very well. You know, we get along very well. I get along with all my nephews. They're all different signs too. All six of my nephews are Cancer, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Scorpio, and Virgo. Those are my nephews, and I get along with all of them. I don't care about their signs. I love them as my nephews. But the ones I get along the most is Scorpio and Virgo. Those are the two I live next to and have been with, their whole life. My mom's a Capricorn. My dad's a Libra. My brother's a Cancer, and I can't stand him because he's so dramatic. He's a complainer, and all he does is complain about life, and he doesn't like his finances are always fucked. He's always complaining, and he never does anything to fix his life. He married a Cancer and divorced her in 17 years. They were literally 2 days apart from each other. So Cancer and Cancer ain't gonna work because she left him for another man because he's such a complaining jackass. Him and I used to get along in the beginning, but now we don't really speak to each other too much. We don't hate each other, but we don't associate with each other like that. Because I can't listen to people complain all day and be negative. I'm not a negative person. I don't like to be. And when I hear a person complaining all fucking day, all night, and every time I see them, they're complaining, I'm going to run away from them because I can't hear negativity all day and from the same person. My oldest sister's an Aries, and she's one of the biggest bitches I've ever known in my life. She's very selfish, self centered. She's like, a devil in a skirt. Um, some people say that'll probably be a little too harsh, but towards me, she is. You know, she's just one of those people that I want to get away from. And my youngest sister's a Sagittarius, and she's like my best friend, and we get along very well. We have our stubborn arguments here and there, but nothing like hatred or anything. We've been best friends for a long time. We help each other a lot. So each one of my family members are all different signs, but a lot of them hate on me because like I have, a lot of, balls to do things that they didn't do. And they're all jealous of me because I'm a high school dropout that made it and they don't like that, you know. But I don't give a fuck what they think anyway. I do my life. I never criticize theirs. They can do whatever they want. Just leave me alone. So yeah. The only people I don't like is Capricorn men, Pisces men, and Aries women. They're the most annoying people in my life. Those are the three types of people and signs who have made life annoying for me and have been bad people in my life. Those are the people I don't get along with. And people who I like the most are probably Virgo women. Virgo men are cool to be around sometimes. They're cool with me. My best friend is a Scorpio, and my favorite cousin is a Taurus. So those are all fixed signs, you know. So I get along with Taurus and Scorpio. I don't really get along too much of Leo men either because they're very, you know, egotistical and prideful and they think they know everything and they're my opposite anyway. So I don't really get along with too many Leo men. I've had bad experiences with them too. But it's crazy how like you have bad experiences with the same sign and the same sex. It's crazy. So that's my experience at least. Scorpios and Aquarius are great friends, poor partners. Yeah, I've never dated a Scorpio woman, so I wouldn't know. But I know a Scorpio woman that wants me, but I don't want her. She lives here in Bermuda. She's kind of like, kind of weird. I know she likes me, but I don't really want to be with her like that. She's kind of like, someone who I don't really like her brother and stuff like that. So I don't really like her family and stuff. So I don't want to be around her and her family. We're just friends. I'll just say hi to her or whatever. Friends at a distance. I don't want to be her lover. But I have Scorpio women friends. They're cool with me. I like Scorpio women. They're cool. Capricorn women can be a pain in the ass too. To to like be in a relationship with. I've never really dated a Capricorn woman, not that I know of, but I had a possessive Capricorn woman around me and tried to claim me as hers. And thank God she's no longer in my life. She was a whack job. But not all Capricorn women are like that to me. My mom isn't like that. My mom's a lot different. I have some cool Capricorn women friends that I know and people that I know that are Capricorns. They're pretty cool people. Just the men I can't get along with. I can't be friends with no Capricorn guy. They be like, they be aggravating the shit out of me. I just can't handle a person that thinks they're better than somebody else. That's one of the main things I don't like. If you think you're better than me and think you're better than everybody else in the world, then I don't like you. I don't like people that think that they're better than somebody else or a person that keeps talking about what they have. Yeah, I got this sports car. I got a house. I got a pool. I got this. I got, $20 million in the bank. I got this business. If I start hearing that, I'm like, Okay, I'm happy for you, bro, but I don't want to hear about all your assets and your life. And I really don't give a shit. You're probably going to bore me with what all the things you have. I'm happy for you, but you don't need to tell the whole world. Like, I really don't care. And God forbid you start telling them about your life. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, but I have this, but I have that. They will interrupt you. You can't talk about yourself in front of me. I'm better than you. So people like that are kind of, turn me off as a person. Yeah, Joanna, you're a Capricorn, right? So you would probably get along with Aries women anyway, so that's cool. Aries women and Capricorn women are almost the same. They have like the same type of ways. Usually, Aries women and Capricorn women, if they really like somebody, they'll go after them. Like they won't fear it. Blue hearts. Yeah, that sounds about right. I call them lots of names, but I try to stay away from all that shit. I don't really like people who like sit there and talk about their life all day. It's annoying. Blah 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 blah. Okay, Teresa. Have a good sleep and a great night. And thanks for today again. I had fun. You're welcome, sweetheart. No problem. But yeah, you live and learn. It's life. It's some people you just gotta deal with in certain ways. You're a Capricorn, Aries moon. I'm Aries and Venus. That's the Aries I have in my chart. I have Aries and Venus. I have Aries and Venus, Virgo moon. I'm Aquarius sun and rising. My Jupiter is in Taurus. I have Capricorn in Mercury and in Mars in my chart. And I also have Capricorn somewhere else. I have a good bit of Capricorn in my chart. And even though I don't like Capricorn men because they aggravate me. Yeah, I can't stand that. To be honest, I can't stand a guy who like keeps running their mouth about what they have and what they are and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh my god, shut up. Your Venus is in Aquarius and your Capricorn is in Mercury too, yeah. I know a few people that have their Venus in Aquarius. I know a few people. You have Venus in Libra. Okay, cool. I have my Pluto is in Libra. That's the Libra I have. I wish I could find my chart. I gotta find it. Actually, it could be in my photo section too. Actually, let me try that. Okay. It might be here. Nope. Chart. Oh, here it is. Yay, I found it. There it is. All right. My sun sign and ascendant sign is Aquarius, obviously. My moon is in Virgo, Mercury in Capricorn, Venus in Aries, Mars in Capricorn, Jupiter in Taurus, Saturn in Leo, Uranus in Scorpio, Neptune in Sagittarius, Pluto in Libra, Lilith in Taurus, and North Node in Libra. And that's it. And the only Pisces I have in here is in my second ascendant house or whatever. I don't know what that is. I don't really go by that. But yeah, dude, that's my chart right there. It says second Pisces, third Aries, fourth Taurus, then Gemini, Cancer, Leo. Yeah, that's just like the houses, I guess. I don't know. Some bullshit. Yeah. Another thing that's very significant is your birthday. Like, I don't know if you guys ever seen this before. It's called the Element Encyclopedia of Birthdays. One of my friends gave me this book, and I looked up my birthday, and it's pretty accurate. You know? Aren't you like the 13th, Marley? I thought your birthday was November 13th. Did you say 13 is your lucky number or some shit like that? I could have sworn your birthday was November 13th. Okay, 13 is your lucky number. All right, let's see. November 12th. Let's see what Miss Marley is about here. All right, the birthday of November 12th. Mesmerizing prerogative. Your greatest challenge is taking responsibility. The way forward is to understand that until you can earn up to the part you play in shaping your destiny, life will feel confusing and out of control. On the dark side, you can be selfish, or you can be troubled at times. At your best, you're illuminating, magnetic, and generous. People born on November 12th feel as if they're right to attract attention, to go wherever they want from others or from life. With such power expectations, the chances should be good for their success and happiness. Unfortunately, in some cases, the opposite is true. Despite their golden aura, in many ways, they are complex individuals able to bring beauty and harmony in the world, but possessing deep internal conflicts between their strong, sometimes dark, always confusing emotions. Until the age of 39, there is a emphasis in their lives on adventure and freedom, and they may wish to explore and expand their mental outlook through study or travel. After the age of 40, there is a turning point when they are likely to take more disciplined and practical approach. Whatever age they are, the key to their success will be their ability to remember the importance of the emotional well-being that is vital to their happiness. When they are able to do that, happiness and success won't be their prerogative, they will just be their reality. Ain't that some shit? You're 39 going 40. See that? I guess you meant to hear that. Justin, that's my grandmother's birthday, October 24th. You're 19 days older than them, Arlie. Shit. All right, let's see. Hold on a second. All right. 24th of October, the birthday of irresistible intensity. Oh, good Lord. Your greatest challenge is going with the flow. The way forward is to see that certain things in life cannot be controlled. The most empowering choice you can make is to stand back and leave things alone. Justin, holy shit, we just said that. Ain't that true? You were just saying that things are out of your control. All right. At your best, you're hypnotic, dramatic, and authoritative. On your dark side, you may be obsessed, stressed, or jealous. All right. People born on this day have an irresistible intensity about them and draws others to them. They are ruled by extreme emotions that they battle to control, but one of their greatest strengths and the reason others tend to admire or aspire to be like them is that they can play it cool even when they feel totally insecure or out of control on the other side. These people get absorbed into their work and feel compelled to present, often with dramatic flair, their discoveries or relate revelations to the world. That doesn't mean that they are just like the means of they take their profession, the way they take their profession, craft, or work extremely seriously and pride themselves on their accomplishments. The upside of all of this intensity is that they have enormous potential to shine in their careers, perhaps rising to their very top. Fortunately, around the age of 29, there is a turning point which highlights a need for freedom and more expansive outlook in their lives. Then it says here, I lost myself. Shit. Okay. Whatever age they are, they should never lose their ability to devote themselves with enthusiasm to their work when there is a balance with uh, greater intolerance, flexibility, and open-mindedness. So there you go. So there you go, bro. That's something about your birthday. Some of this stuff it can apply to you and some of it doesn't. It doesn't mean that every person is like that. Because I read mine and it's like maybe 75%. Yeah. Oh. Where the heck is this paper too? Okay, here it is. Tanya, you said your birthday is April 20th, right? 420. All right. The birthday of the hypnotic personality. Your greatest challenge is dealing with negative feedback. The way forward is to understand that any kind of feedback, positive or negative, is helpful. The secret is to learn from it. The dark side is egotistical, stubborn, or isolated. At your best, you're sensual, charismatic, and inspirational. Aww. People born on this day have a hypnotic personality. Their hunger for success and admiration of others, and a burning desire to set their goals and make their goals realized. Eventually, they have a highly developed sense of fair play. Only rarely will they use their hypnotic powers to personally gain or for personal gain or unworthy causes. So you're hypnotic and shit. You know, you're gonna you hypnotize these men with your coochie. Is that what this is? When these determined and charismatic people set their minds on something, they will allow nothing or no one to stand in their way. Such ambition and tenacity, suggests that they have the potential for outstanding success in all that they inspire strong opposition. It is important for people born on this day to recognize the importance and maintaining to be open-minded and accept that despite the personal magnetism and ability to inspire others, that they also might that this not may not always be right. Um, the tendency of the inflexible is highlighted in their first 30 years of living, but after the age of 30, they become more interested in learning and communication. If they take advantage of this opportunity, they can become more open minded. There is nothing to stop them achieving the ambitions that inspire them. Ugh, I can't talk now. So there you go. Thanks, Marley. You didn't have to do that. Thanks for the donation. I appreciate it. Yeah, it is a cool book. It was gifted to me for my birthday. It's called The Element. You can get it on Amazon. I think it's like $20 or something. It's not that much. Yeah, it's like $20. It says here. Yeah. Somebody, I can't remember who gave it to me, but someone gave me this book for my birthday. Yeah, I have all these other ones too. Um, I mean, people can just Google it and shit. But if it's somebody, next time it's somebody's birthday that I know, I'll do it. Like, yeah, I'll use this as like a birthday read for them. Yeah, I don't mind because we were talking about signs and all that. Joanna, you want me to read yours? If you want, if you're still here, because you're the one who bring up this damn uh, Pisces in my chart and astrology and got me talking about all this stuff. It's Joanna's fault. January 2nd. You're welcome, Tanya. January 2nd. All right. Okay. All right. January 2nd is the birthday of the intuitive leader. Your greatest challenge is overcoming feelings of isolation and loneliness. The way forward for you is to go beyond your dark moods, recreate yourself, and achieve a goal that involves help and healing others. One second. All right, so let's read what else we have here. On the dark side, you might be moody, antisocial, or indecisive. And at your best, you are sensitive, spiritual, and intuitive again. All right. Those born on January 2nd have a remarkable ability to tune into their surroundings, and this sensitivity towards others, combined with their unusual insight into what makes other people tick, can put them ahead and shoulders above the less observant people. The intuitive power of these people can, however, work against them, making them at times feel alone or different rather than unique or natural. But once they are able to recognize their uniqueness, these people can unlock incredible energy, creativity, and endurance, flexibility, and commitment. Although by nature reserved, people born on this day possess an uncanny knack of being in the right place at the right time. And that's why you came to Marky Mark's Tarot. See that? Okay, it doesn't say that, but I had to put it in there. Okay, extremely hardworking people and committed. Those born on this day are highly dependable team leaders and negotiators. The danger is that they can be overburdened themselves into a huge responsibility, and this coupled with their belief that they are different in some way and can set them up for experience frustration and alienation from others, even though they are often more than compatible of or more than capable of fulfilling their responsibilities. It is extremely important for them to keep both their feet on the ground with hobbies, social activities, and time spent relaxing with family and friends. So there you go. That is your thingy on your birthday. You're welcome, Joanna, anytime. So there you go. That's you guys. My eyes are going crazy from reading all this shit. I'm over here trying to keep up reading it. My eyes are like, you're going to sleep, Mark. Yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock here. I'm in Bermuda, so I'm an hour ahead of the East Coast. New York, New York. You in Georgia, Georgia, Georgia. Yes, I'm in the triangle, so you would all get lost here. Miss Bikini's putting up. It's 2056, and we're ready to launch a couple grenades into the Army sector. It's 2015. Over and out. 10-4. This is Sergeant Miss Bikini reporting. It's 2056. Over and out. Yep, the damn triangle will get you. That damn triangle will get you. Yeah, be careful, you might disappear. Nah, that's none of that bullshit going on here. People don't disappear like that. They used to probably, but people don't care about that shit here. They still go in the water. All right, guys, I'm gonna go get some sleep. It's been a long ass day. I've been live like a million times today, and had a good day though. Had some good lives with good people, and let's keep the good things going. It was nice to have Teresa and go live with her, and glad I can help her and have some people from over there come over here and chill out too, meet new people. And us go over there and have fun. All right, Justin, good meeting you, bro. And wish you the best. Keep your head up. Tanya, glad you're feeling better. Joanna, it was your fault that I have to do all this reading and all this birthday and Pisces in my damn chart and all this stuff. I'm just teasing, Joanna. I'm glad you mentioned it because it actually gave us something to talk about and reminded me about this damn book. So that's good. I'm glad you bring it up because it made another conversation. See, don't be scared to talk. We gotta, get things going. Talk about other things. And Marley, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Glad to make you laugh. And anybody else in here, good to see you. You know. Yeah, I know. But it's good to talk about different things and stuff like that. So, the good thing is we always laugh every night. That's the main thing. Laughter is the best. We can be serious, but we can also laugh and have a good time too. As long as nobody's getting offended and sensitive, then we're good. So yeah, it was a good day and a good night. And I look forward to having a good night again tomorrow. I gotta wake up early tomorrow and go take this chair from my client to his place at 9:30. So I'm gonna go get my ass to bed now. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go take Diamond out for her pee. She's over here snoring. I'm gonna wake her ass up and take her outside and then bring her back in for the night. All right, good night, everybody. Take care. Love you guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow.